there was a new study released by the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences claiming that 1 in 25 of people that are sentenced to death are actually innocent. That's 4%. So from 1973 to 2004, 1.6% of those sentenced to death in the US, 138 prisoners, were exonerated and released because of innocence. Death sentences account for 12% of known exonerations of innocent people from 1989 to 2012. The study concluded that the criminal justice system goes to far greater lengths to avoid executing innocent defendants than to prevent them from remaining in prison indefinitely. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. So again, I want to start with the broad thing. Where do you guys stand on capital punishment? I have a feeling I know, but perhaps I don't. Rick, I'm going to let you take this one first.
I believe you have the right in the moment to defend yourself, like to animals. And in that split second, if I got to do something terrible, so I stop something terrible, I'm going to have to do it. But later, as an act of revenge, I don't know. And there are the dodgy cases. He's so evil, there's no fixing him. The problem with it is it opens the gate to a system that goes, yes, take the one bad guy and 5 normal good ones too. And I'll take some of these now. And then I'll privatize and just start hoarding and gill netting people in to keep my lights on.
Yeah, which is what we're doing, the privatized prison thing, which is a whole other topic.
It's a different topic, but it's the same mentality of seek the reason for.
Yeah.
You built it, now look for a reason to use it.
Yeah, it's like the marijuana laws. There's no logic, there's no rationality around this stuff. It's pure emotion. You know, the drug laws are all based on, wanting to control populations through that. And this is the same thing. There's no actual proof of anything that this reduces crime. People who are enforce, law and order people who actually work in law and order are against it because they know it doesn't reduce crime. Yeah. It costs more to have it. It's the most irrational system possible. And I don't want the state in charge of deciding who's. With this new study, this means that there's a good percentage of people who are definitely innocent and are being put to death.
Yeah, so I completely.
And held for years before that.
Yes.
Right.
They're mostly dead in here, like half of them.
For sure.
Their spirit's gone,
It's
just a shell by the time you killed it.
Right, and being put in jail for life isn't that much better, obviously, but at least you're breathing, so it's a little bit better.
And it's cheaper.
I totally agree with, and it is cheaper.
It's crazy.
Which also makes no sense.
Right.
That's another thing about our legal system that's
and the people who should be, if it was other people up for death row from Wall Street, I might have to go, well, wait a minute now,
So that's your
caveat. China's got it all worked out with industrialists.
I'm an absolutist
Wall
when it
Street
comes to
crooks,
this.
death row.
Well, I found a statistic that California would save $1 billion over 5 years by replacing the death penalty with permanent imprisonment.
All right, so that being said, so if you take that, so if you take the financial angle and you take the 4%, which is a big number.
It is.
Do you think there's any number that would flip the people that are for the death penalty? Is there any number? If that got up to 10%, because I don't think they would change their mind. I don't think there's any empirical evidence that would cause them to change their mind.
I think people who believe that an eye for an eye is right is just the way they believe that.
And they don't care how many innocent people have to be.
I guess not. Because this
It's
is
like
in
the
place.
new Superman, the new collateral damage Superman. He's mad that some guy knocked his mom over, so he goes through 3 apartment buildings, blows one end of it and out the other with people going, my kid's cradle and, whatever. You did something to me personally and this is personal. Crash, bang. And that kind of
How many innocent
mentality.
people do you think Superman killed in that movie? I just watched
counting.
it.
Did you just
And
see
buildings.
the buildings
How
he
many
went through?
buildings did he destroy?
Knocked over buildings, corn silos, ruining life. That the farmer whose corn's only bought. I'm sorry, Bessie May, I can't pay for it.
So
that mentality is the same thing as I am, we are doing this for your own good. A lot of you got to die for your own good. A lot of the innocents have to do it to protect you. It's becoming evident it's a broken system.
It's Old Testament thinking.
Old Testament.
And as we know, the culture wars right now is Old Testament versus rational science people. That's where we are in America. That's where we've been for 30 years, and it's heating up now. But it becomes so obvious, when you look at just the numbers. And then today, last night, of course, in Oklahoma, horrific. They went to execute this man, and they've got new medicine, and he woke up and he was twitching
kicking,
and everything, and then had a heart
fighting.
attack 40 minutes later. Really? Like,
Do we think that maybe that qualifies as cruel and unusual
Yes.
punishment? And you know what? If the death penalty was so good, maybe they wouldn't have to do the thing where the people that all press the button at once, so you don't know who actually did it, or the firing squads,
Right.
where some of the people have blanks because they don't want to live with. So if it was
Right.
really okay, it seems like you'd be able to find more people
Yeah.
willing to actually kill them, right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, no, it's, and then the fact that she's not stopping executions in her state. They're just going to wait 2 weeks and try to sort this out.
Yeah, because that should probably be
That'll
resolved
fix
in
it.
2
That'll
weeks.
be nice.
What do we do? What do we do to reform some of these people? Because there are the people, maybe the Hannibal Lecters, that really can't be reformed or ever put back into society. But we have plenty of people that go to jail for life or go to jail for half their lives that can be reformed. And it seems like we make people more hardened criminals than actually help them.
Because the institutionalization, I mean, what happens in those walls of those prisons changes people. They go from humans to animals. I was just watching a Frontline the other night about solitary confinement, and it dehumanizes these people to the point where I can't imagine them ever functioning outside those walls again. I don't know what the answer is.
In Gitmo, that's a form of torture.
Yeah.
To do what they do to Americans. A lot of torture stuff's happening to Americans all the time now.
Yeah.
A lot more and more and more of it, like against all treaties everywhere.
Yeah.
Weren't we closing that Gitmo thing? What happened to that?
Oh, gee, what happened
Didn't
to
the
that?
president
What?
run
Somebody
on
wait, who was the guy
some
that
kind
said
of
it in
thing?
2008?
He was going to shut it
gonna
down.
Do it.
The
and
guy with the weird name.
Right, that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.